Hola, my friends. It's Michael with MAMS. We're at D-Town today while no one's here. Anyways, let's go over this again. Musicians Against Multiple Sclerosis. It's the only federally recognized charitable organization that's based on indigenous medicinal cannabis agricultural industry. Musicians Against Multiple Sclerosis is a 501(c), so it's publicly owned, unlike the PBS, which is privately owned and publicly funded. This is publicly owned, publicly funded. All right, next to that, we've tucked in NorCal Cannabis Growers Association, which is, again, a nonprofit, member-owned, operated agricultural marketing collective. Key right there. Allows us to self-insure, which allows lateral integration since vertical integration is not allowed due to liability. So to get a product such as a peanut from seed to sale requires lots of steps along the ways. This is not a new industry. We're not recreating a new industry. We're just adding different spokes and folks to it. Okay, so then you've got NorCal CGA. It requires 64 fractals to cover 93,000 square miles or 88,000 farms in the San Joaquin Valley, which is not going to run out of soil or water. That's not an issue. California has the largest biomass, not the stuff you're selling in the hemp stripping industry, but actual biomass, meaning microbial biomass on the planet. With the amount of sunshine it gets, it's hands down. So we secure the 93,000 square miles with 44, 10, 10, 64 fractals. That's all it's required. And globally, since we are an NGO for cannabis as well as the ambassadors for sustainable agriculture. So 64 here, 64 global. We have our own ledger/exchange for internal compensation, capitalization, and data movement under a secure platform so that we can all do business fairly. CA Sunbuds is a for-profit division which any company is allowed to have, including your community hospitals, which existed at one time. And that implements the codes that we wrote with the CDFA. It manages the industry, not that we're not slipping a template into existing agricultural cooperatives, which are not true cooperatives as we're providing. One is the Butte County Rice Growers Association. The other is the Lodi Grape Growers Association. But out of the 88,000 farms, there's multiple associations that this template will be slipped into. So that's implementation and management, and then we do the marketing for all of our products, the products that we sell on our MAMS site, on our exchange, as well as the agricultural industry of indigenous cannabis and other indigenous agricultural products. That's the Sustainable Collective Organic Fractal Farming model, which is not just cannabis, but that's a major fractal of the cornerstone crops. The others are hemp. It's not for stripping, it's for nutrition, it's for nanotechnology, it's for Maslow's first hierarchy of needs. Then you add in the fungi and the mycelium, and we have a shot at cracking the entire death care system wide open to a preventative, natural, homeopathic, symbiotic stasis, rather than cutting things out and hacking bodies apart and putting titanium screws and stuff that a carpenter would do. Granted, that's what they thought was the best to do at that time. However, we now know that's not the truth. So this is a paradigm shift that is an agro-tech, climatological, ecological, cosmological sociological, economical paradigm shift. So that covers all of the areas. The union has been fractured. The states are going to have to stand up. California is doing so. The bear has just been slumbering. The republic is awake and doing well. So shine bright, everyone. Miss Amanda Moore and I will be casting here quickly. We've just had some logistics, that's all. It's also on the time frame of the Golden Thread, which Miss Ross of the CDFA extended it to April 12th, since nobody can qualify for these licenses except for NorCal CGA. And we're at the front of the line. We're just getting all of our ducks in a row. So, shine bright, everyone. You know how to reach me. I'd be more than happy to do shows with you. However, we have to come up with a template. Otherwise, we'll end up going down rabbit holes you never imagined. Shine bright, everyone. One love. Shout out to Natty Gurr again. It's time for him to come on board. Sir Jacobus Zaberkus, otherwise known as Dr. Z. Ralph Ellis, a character that I know before, as well as Les Paul, Joe Tufo, and of course I'll never forget my good friend Glenn Martin. So let's all gather here shortly and shine bright. Let's get the Andrade farm back up and running. That's Mitchell J. Let's get this going. It's time to open up California, people. And when we open up California, we're opening up the rest of the union. I personally don't care what's going on in Washington, D.C. I care about what's going on here, what our food supply is, how we're going to maintain the logistics of that, and what compensation is going to mean in the future since the fiat system has collapsed. All right, shine bright. I know it's deep, it's thick. I'm a polymath. What can I say? All right, shine bright. One love. Michael.